plein air season. For me, plein air season only comes around 2 times a year, and it's now and in the spring. Because other than that, my fingers either freeze and I can't paint, or I get heat stroke. Not literally, but you know, I get really hot. So now's the time. What do we bring with us when we pastel paint? A dog, perhaps? Oh, here's some attention. Can I finish the video, please? Let me go get those things. Shall I? Shall I? Tripod. This one is a let me look that up. This one is a Peak Design tripod. It has a little PD logo on it. I really like this one because it's carbon, so it's lightweight, super compact, so I can put it in my backpack. And watch this. This is my favorite little party trick. Probably every tripod can do this, but I can release all the legs at once. That's fun. And then to just snap them in place, you just do that. And typically I don't do the bottom one because I'm too short. I'm not short, but you get it. It's more length than I need. Magic! And then after I set it up, which I'll show you the setup later with the pastel boxes, yeah, plural. And then when you're ready to put this thing up, you just do the same thing. I don't know why, but I feel like this is much quicker when I'm not being filmed. Fun, right? And when you're plein air painting, you know how much setup is just such a freaking chore. So it's nice to have something that's easy and manageable. So there's the tripod. And again, I'll show you the setup later. I'll get into the accessories later, but I'm just too excited for the pastel boxes. I really can't wait. They're right here. So I'm just gonna show you the pastel boxes. All right, the main guy, well, my first one is the Heilman backpack size, I think. Let me open up this little duty woody. So it opens up like this, and it's got 2 removable wooden panels that when I'm plein air painting, I just stack them on the ground, sponge up so they don't get dirty. And yeah, you just unclip these and the little panels come out and you're ready to paint. Yeah. So a couple of features I really like with this. It's got a little tab right here so you can lock it in place so you know that it's not gonna bend. It's like one horizontal slab now. And then it fits directly into the tripod, so it just sits on it like a table. It's so convenient, and I usually put it like right at my elbow level so that it's just really easy to get to. And it's got these 2 little holes here that come with Heilman easel, and that's what you'll set up your painting on. Let me show you the easel before I show you the second box, because the easel's pretty fun too. This is the Heilman easel. It is, let's see, it's a little bit longer than my tripod, but it still fits in my backpack. Sometimes I just let the top poke out, you know, when I zip it up. But yeah, it's much lighter than the tripod, very compact. It's all folded up, super convenient. But anyway, you undo these screws and then you can set up the tripod like this. And now you've got a little base where your paper goes, and you just tighten it like that. And I want to say This one can fit either a 15 to 16 inch tall painting. I'll have to check on that. I know there's a size smaller and a size larger, I think. I know there's one size larger. This is just the standard size. I wanted that so it would be easier to put in my backpack. Yeah, so here's the cool super duper easel. And the fun part is, boop, there you go. You have your painting set up. How neato is that? I'm obsessed, so cool. So the downside of this just being a rod is that you need support on the back. I usually just bring like a small, the size paper that I'm working on, I just bring a canvas panel that size and use it as a back support. But that's really important to remember because if you just show up, you know, you hike 3 miles to get to this cool location to paint, and then you have this and only a paper, it's not gonna work. That's important to keep in mind. A good tip is to have a panel about the size of the backpack folded up so you can just stack it behind the backpack and you don't have to worry about it bending because it'll have the backpack next to it for support. So that's a fun little tip. And now the second pastel box. This is gonna surprise you. I think this is gonna surprise a lot of people. One, I only recently found out you could do this. And two, I thought it was strictly an oil painting box. Let me explain. Here's the Sienna oil paint Pochade box, right? For oil painting. No, 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 not just. So, you open up this little guy. And you have, boop, pastels. So if you paint with oils too and you happen to have this box, well now you've got another pastel Pochade box, my friend. All you have to do is you buy these little inserts, these wooden inserts, or you can make your own if you're good at math and saws. However, I'm not, so I bought it. And you just insert the little wooden separators. And I think it comes with, it comes with foam that you put on the bottom to support the pastels. I used a separate, like from one of my random, I think Sennelier pastel sets. I took the foam from that and used it on top because I felt like it needed a little more support, just FYI. But it works like a charm. However, I did happen to spill all of these at a plein air event because, so it's not funny. I'm laughing now as a coping mechanism. So this little thing is kind of like easy to undo, and when you put it in a backpack, you put it in there, it can come undone when you're taking it out or putting it in. And I happened to take it out thinking that this was secured, and all my pastels scattered among the blades of grass in the ground. And I had to go on a little Easter egg hunt and pick them all out. I think I got them all, but not sure. But yeah, so that's the only caveat with this box, is that you have to be careful. If you're an oil painter too and you have the wet panel carriers with the rubber bands around them, sometimes I'll just get 2 and secure this so that I know that doesn't happen again, because that was a really hard time for me.
Here is my dual box, double-decker pastel setup. Is it excessive? Yes. Do I love it? Yes. This definitely isn't an everyday plein air setup for me. I will condense it down to one box. This is just my maximalist version. And sometimes when I travel or take workshops, I like to have a full array of colors. So I'll bring both boxes.
I almost forgot to mention, this tray hooks onto the Heilman, and as you select colors when you're painting, I just keep the ones that I've picked out in this little tray so that when I'm going, when I'm painting and I have to go back to a color, it's right there and I don't have to like sift through the whole spectrum of colors and try and remember what exact color, because that kind of takes a lot of time. So this is really handy when you're out in the field and you're trying to paint fast and you know the color you want to reach for and you've already used it, It's gonna be in this little tray, sitting there all cute, ready for you. What else? This is a China marker, and I'll just use this to sketch in the scene. I don't always use this when I plein air because my plein air work typically tends to be a little looser, and I like to change the composition as I go. And sometimes a defined line can be too constricting, and I'll find myself trying to stay within the little line. I do use these for like every studio painting that I do, but sometimes I bring it with me, and depending, you know, what I'm painting, like if I'm painting a building, I'll use it, but if I'm painting a landscape, I'll probably just start painting. All right, time for the bag. Okay, you don't have to go out and like search and Google plein air backpack for the fall, like a specific backpack to fit all of your plein air stuff. I almost said junk, but it's not junk. This is my college backpack that I've had for at least 10 years. It's seen better days, but you know, it really enjoys going on plein air adventures with me, so I bring it along. Rule number one in plein air, well, rule number one is to stay hydrated and to bring your water. And I so happen to have my water right here. And this wasn't even for the video. This is just a life thing. Bring water with you when you go places, people. Come on. Sunscreen. And as you can see, I'm in dire need of it. So I have, I have a spray sunscreen, and I have a sport sunscreen for when I get a little hot and sweaty, and this is too much information. All right, and then wet ones or baby wipes, whatever you can use to wipe your hands, because if you are a plein air painter and your medium is soft pastel, and you know you've hiked out 3 miles to paint a beautiful painting, and you're done, and then you're starting to pack up, and you're like, oh, my hands are really dirty, time to clean my hands, and you don't have these, everything you own will have pastel on it forever. So just keep that in mind. This one's actually empty. See, I use them. Ooh, la la, a viewfinder. This is invaluable. I use the little hole to isolate colors, because when you're out painting, all the color information you're getting is so overwhelming, and colors only exist in relationships. So what you're seeing might not actually be the color that you think, which is fine. Like, that doesn't matter. You know, for the longest time, I thought you had to spot a color and put down the exact color note that is physically there. That doesn't exist. Everybody's eyes interpret colors differently. Every camera interprets color differently. It's all about the color relationships that go on the canvas. So I'm sure you've heard that, but just as a reminder. So I use this when I'm kind of like wanting to compare one color to another. Is it warmer? Is it cooler? Is it, you know, got more blue in it? I don't know, just, yeah. Or even value, you can check in value with it too, words. And what I do is, so I'll look at my canvas size, well, my pastel paper size, and I will squint and size this up to where the canvas fits perfectly in the viewfinder. And that way, you know, you've got the right ratio without having to, you know, look it up and do math or whatever. It's just easier that way. And then, yeah, you just use this, look around until you find a composition that so pleases you. This goes in the same category as water. Bring a snack, or you're gonna get really ornery, you're gonna be hot or cold, I don't know, and you're just not gonna have energy, and then you're gonna cut corners, and then you're gonna have a bad attitude, and then you're gonna go home, and then you're gonna be like, oh, this day was supposed to be fun, but now it sucks. Not that that's ever happened to me before. Please bring a hat to shade your pretty little face and your pretty little eyes, because if the sun is in any direction that's in front of you, the sun somehow starts to like bleach colors out. I can't explain it, but just always make sure your eyes are protected and not being directly hit by the sun. And you'll thank me later. So bring a hat. Oh, sorry. Some people don't like to listen to music while they paint, but I am in the other camp. I love listening to music while I paint. It gets me in the zone when I'm listening to my jams. I love it. What else? What else? What else? Bring your brain. Bring your creativity. Bring that passion. No, I'm just kidding. You know, a lot of the times when I go and plein air paint, I dream about it all day while I'm working, right? But when it comes to it, like getting up early, sometimes it can feel like a bit of a chore, let's be honest. Like, you don't want to go in midday, you want to get that golden hour. So sometimes waking up early, it's not romanticized. It can be kind of a chore to just get out there. But you know what? Sometimes I've got to drag myself out there, but I never once have regretted it, ever. It always lifts me up, or I learned something new. It's just always such a treat, and especially this time of year. Oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm so excited. But that is, aside from my phone or pepper spray, bring pepper spray, because a lot of the time when you're out there alone, it can get scary, and it's just nice to have something, you know, that could protect you if any sort of situation came about. But yeah, that is what I bring. And if you can't tell, I'm super stoked because I'm about to be painting my butt off. Like, any chance I get, probably after work. The sun doesn't rise until, you know, I'm already at work. But it's okay, because if you can't do something and you finally get to do it, it's so much more fun when you have to like wait for something to the weekend. I don't know, in my opinion. So I'm stoked. The next few weekends I'm gonna be out there painting. I'm gonna bring all this stuff. It's gonna be great. Do you guys wanna see what this all looks like when I pack it in my backpack? Daisy wants to see what this looks like. Me? Yes. Thanks for asking. I am a plein air painter. Who, me? I'm a plein air painter. Well, that was fun chatting. It was like a little mini show and tell for me. I had a lot of fun, but I gotta go paint. Hope I see you out there.